Alright guys, I'm going to start at the bottom of my collection, so to speak, and work my way up. This box here, I call the graveyard. This is where all my base and just leftover stuff, I guess, ends up. I go through this about maybe once or twice a year, just, to see if I miss anything. I also go through it when I'm doing care packages and stuff like that. But you see, the 5-row box just about full. I'm going to have to get another one. It's got mostly football, some baseball. Like I said, just base stuff and things that I really don't know what to do with, so I just throw them in this box. Alright, moving on to the next box. Alright, box number 2. This is just some extra baseball cards. Some older stuff in here. You see a Bonds rookie, but mostly it's newer stuff that I've broke that I don't have. I don't really do baseball, but sometimes I just like to rip into some stuff. So that's mostly what this is. 2017 and 18 baseball cards. Again, it's something I go through when I'm looking to do care packages and stuff like that, but very small baseball. Alright, box number 3 coming up. And in this box here, it's basically, this first row here is the last couple year of football stuff I've broken into. Again, I'll go through it for care packages and stuff like that, but that's what that is. The second row here is all Hall of Fame cards, or Hall of Fame players. I'm thinking about starting a Hall of Fame binder project that I've been thinking about for about 5 years now, it seems like. But that's what these are, just different Hall of Fame cards. Till you get back to here, this is some group break stuff. One year I got into some classics and got a shitload of cards. This row here is all stuff I'm getting set up for care packages to send out. And this over here, this row here, it's basically just cards that I've liked from, I'd say, about, I don't know, there's a newer one. Who the heck is that? Oh. But this is mostly cards from 2006 and older that I've just hung on to for some reason. They'll probably wind up in care packages, or I just like the way they look. There's some newer stuff in there, but it's mostly just older cards. Like I said, from 2006, Bledsoe, stuff like that. So that's what's in that box. On to the next one. This box here is mostly Cubs and Bears overflow. Bears that didn't pan out, or just, doubles in that row. This is, what's in here? Cubs or more Bears? Not more Bears. All the way back here. Kind of starts with the newer to the oldest, like that. And in this third row here is Cubs cards that I haven't found a spot for yet. Hey, I forgot about that. Wild thing. Most of these cards were sent to me in care packages and stuff like that. And just Cubs. And an empty row. What is this? Couple more Cubs I got. But that's that box. Bears and Cubs overflow. Alright, and that's the last of my 4-row boxes. So now we're going to get into some of the good stuff in my main PC. This 2-row box here is my main Cubs PC. On this side we got some newer players, the newer stuff, and it starts from oldest and works its way, it starts from the newest and works its way to oldest stuff I got. And then from here on back, this is my Sandberg PC. I usually keep them chronological. I don't have the rookie in there, but I'll get to that later. More stuff over here. These are just, some of my personal favorite Cubs. Samardzija, and then I keep, my Dawsons, Lee Smith rookies. That's one of my favorite autos right there. Try not to rummage through this. I'll go through them. And then I keep my Kerry Wood, my Mark Pryor, Greg Maddux, Mark Grace. All these guys in this row here. I don't have a lot of organization when it comes to my Cubs PC. I just kind of get it as I go. I've showcased these before, though. I really love the prime cuts. I need to pull them out one day and just show them all again. But prime cuts are awesome. Then at the very back starts my Ernie Banks. From here on back, all my Ernie Banks cards. All right, there's my Cubs PC. Now let's get into some football. All right, this box here is pretty much my non-Bears PC for football. This is my Notre Dame PC. I keep on this side. Tony Rice auto, pretty cool. Just a bunch of Notre Dame stuff on that side. And then on this side is my little Mike Allstott PC I got. That I got a few cards I got to put up. And a couple of Hall of Fame jersey cards that I keep back here that I might one day maybe go after more cards from these 3 sets. Alright, now let's get into some Bears. Alright, this first box of Bears I'm going to show you. On this left side is Bears that have made a Pro Bowl. And I got Mitch over here, but I'm not a big Mitch collector. And he did get into the Pro Bowl, but it was more of like an alternate type thing. He didn't really get voted in or elected, but I got him over there anyway. Hopefully he gets another one. Again, starting with the most modern players, there's a Cohen autograph, pretty cool. Some Howards, which God, I hate that they traded him away, but he had a, shout out to Cool Toads, he had a all-pro season. And I also, when I do my Bears, I usually sort them by position. Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, and so on. So here we got some Jeffrey. You know, you'll see Brandon Marshall, Marty Booker. He had a couple All-Pro seasons, I think, with the Bears, so he's in there. Milburn, he was a return guy. Some older guys that need top loaders. Tommy Harris, one of my favorite player PCs. I'm actually going to move him out of this box and put him in another one. Julius Peppers. Now you're getting into defensive players, some newer guys. I need to work on the Mac PC. And then on this side, starts off with just some modern Bears that I've picked up that I think may have potential. They start off here, and then if for whatever reason they don't pan out with the team, they wind up in my other box. This is kind of a make or break year for this guy. I got a lot of his cards. And then Monday Night Mikey, Mike Line TV, he sent me this 101. And then we just get into some older cards that I like of different Bears players. Again, starting off with the quarterbacks. I got some Cutlers in there. Probably got some Grossmans. Yeah. Grossmans. And then it goes back. We get into quarterbacks. That's a little out of... Yeah, Harbaugh. Doug Flutie, rookie. Thomas Jones, one of my favorite running backs with the Bears that I feel was kind of underrated. And just more going back. Some Greg Olsons. And in the back here, I got my the fridge. So that's it for that box. Like I said, just some of my favorite Bears players or cards that didn't necessarily make a Pro Bowl, excuse me, or are considered one of the all-time greats. All right, now on to my next 2 boxes, which is my main PC. All right, guys, one more box here before I kind of get to my main PC, even though these are my some main PCs. This whole row over here is my Brian Urlacher PC. And just never have enough of Urlachers. Starting with, on this one I go oldest to newest with the Urlacher. And on this side, same thing with the, except for it's Matt Forte. One of my favorite ones right there. Hope the lighting's okay. Another Forte auto. And then it just goes Forte all the way back to, well, actually here, I keep a little side PC of kind of my multiplayer cards. I keep those in here as well, just because for some reason I don't like putting multiplayer cards into my player PCs. There's a good one. But there's that, and then it goes, here's another good one. Oops. Museum collection. And then at the end of that is some miscellaneous vintage, again, of some players that aren't really on any all-time list or all-pro list. I think, yeah, and then some doubles of some 80s rookies and stuff like that I have. Alright, now on to my main PC. Alright guys, these two boxes here, defense and offense. And these are players that are on, you know, Bears all-time greats. I start with linebackers, some Butkus, and what I try to do with these all-time greats, there's not a good example, but like with Singletary, I'll use him as an example. I try to get all their Topps playing day cards, and then after that, whatever I run across that I like. But there's Singletary, and that's probably going to be most of this row. Another Singletary. I have a lot of Singletaries. See what it ends up with. Lance Briggs. I got some Lance Briggs, but again, I start, you know, like this is all linebackers in this row, so I start with the oldest that I have that are on either the all-time great list or the all-time Pro Bowl. And then we move over here to some defensive linemen and goes all the way into defensive backs. And that's how I do that. And on the offensive side, same thing. I start with the quarterbacks that I have, moving into running backs, and there's a nice McMahon. We're still in quarterbacks here. There we go, running backs. There's a Caceres auto, Gallimore, and so on and so forth. We get into Gale Sayers. Lots of Gale Sayers stuff, and Walter Payton, pretty good amount of Walter Payton stuff, and it ends up with Neil Anderson. And then this row starts my wide receiver / tight end. I don't have a lot of this guy. I need to get more of him, but he's so dang expensive. See, wide receivers, tight end. Eventually, I wind up into the offensive line. Bulldog Turner. Pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I try to get a rookie card, and then I'll go for their playing days, especially the older guys. The newer guys, I don't know. I just really haven't got that far yet. But those are these two boxes are probably my main PC and the main stuff that I go after. Like I said, that's how I organize them by position, and I try to go oldest to newest. But alright, one more box to show you guys, which also could be considered my main PC, because it's kind of the projects I've been working on lately. Alright guys, here's what I've been doing lately, and with all the PSA shit going on right now, it's kind of a buzzkill, but anyway, I still do it because I like it. This side right here is oldest to newest of cards. They're all rookie cards of guys that are on either the, like I said before, the all-time great list or the Pro Bowl list. And it goes, you see, I start, my oldest card that I have right now is this Bowman. And I think Matt Forte was the last guy that, the most recent guy on the All-Pro list. Oh, no, I got this Henry Milton. He's on the All-Pro list. This I sub myself. Pretty cool. But that's what that row is. There's the Forte, the Hester, Tommy Harris, some of the newer guys, Azuma. But I keep them mixed in kind of together. All you got to do is be either on the All-Pro or the All-Time. And this side over here is kind of miscellaneous, graded, and I've shown these before, like runs that I'm going after. Like there's the Urlacher. I'm trying to do a Forte run out of the 2009 Bowman Chrome, so I keep these in here as well. I'm also, for a future video, I'll show you, I'm working on the Willie Gallimore Playing Days set. I need two cards for that one, and I'm thinking about starting the Devin Hester basic set, because there's only like 26 cards. And then there's just some shout out to Dustin B. That came from him. some miscellaneous Bears cards that I sit in. And in the back you get to Notre Dame and Allstott. And then I got a few Cubs in the back here. The Kerry Wood, Sandberg rookie, and some SGC Greg Maddux. So there's my graded box. And almost done, guys. I got 2 more boxes I'll show you. I'm probably going to do the binders in a separate video because I don't feel like digging them out right now. But hold on, let me show you these last 2 boxes. Alright guys, these 2 boxes are pretty much on my desk all the time. This box here is pretty much my eBay store. Stuff I got listed on eBay or that I want to list on eBay, and some care package stuff, a few supplies. This is kind of my PC box that I like. These Kevin Whites are going to the Overflow Bears box. He's no longer with the team. Some Cubs and Allstott that I got to put up. Some care package stuff and some cards that I'm going through. Recent pickups I'll show in my next pickup video, and some miscellaneous supplies. So those 2 boxes are always on my desk and I'm always working out of them. But that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's my collection. That's how I store and organize, with the exception of the binders, which I'll show you guys in another video another time. And shout out to Antonio Collazo and Big D for Life, because while drinking my coffee and watching their videos this morning is what motivated me to get off my butt and do this. But you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.